Welcome to a chilling journey into the realm of the supernatural where the line between fiction and reality blurs. In this video, I want to talk about the legend of the real Annabelle doll, a seemingly innocent toy with a sinister past that left witnesses and experts alike trembling in fear. My name is Alina. Welcome back to my channel. On the night when Hollywood released its horror masterpiece called Annabelle, the audience gathered at Laurelton Hall. Among them sat paranormal investigator Lorraine Warren herself. She was there to unveil the terrifying truth behind the real Annabelle, a demonic doll that had once terrorized the living. As Lorraine began to speak, her words wove a tapestry of fear and fascination. She recounted how she and her late husband, Ed Warren, had cracked the case of the real Annabelle doll, whose malevolent spirit still lurks within the confines of Warren's Occult Museum in Monroe. Locked away in a glass case, the doll appears innocuous, a classic Raggedy Ann doll with red yarn hair. But behind that facade lays something sinister, an inhuman spirit that defies explanation. Lorraine described the warning plastered on the glass case. Positively, do not open. Tales of those who disregarded this warning filled the air. A daring museum goer who taunted the doll met a tragic end in a motorcycle crash shortly after leaving the premises. Though Lorraine was quick to note that the film took liberties with the truth, nevertheless, the eerie parallels between fiction and reality sent shivers down the spines of those in attendance. In the quiet suburbs of a quaint town, a birthday gift turned into a nightmare that would forever haunt the lives of Donna, Angie, and their friend Lou. It all began innocently enough when Donna, a diligent nurse student, received a second-hand doll named Annabelle as a birthday gift from her mother. Little did she know this seemingly innocent doll would soon become a harbinger of terror. At first, Donna and Angie cherished Annabelle, placing her on a chair where she seemed content to reside. But as days turned into nights, subtle movements caught their attention. Annabelle would inexplicably end up on the floor, shifting position as if moved by unseen hands. Initially dismissed as accidents, those accidents grew more frequent and unsettling. The doll's subtle antics escalated, defying logic and reason. Annabelle would relocate from Donna's bed to couch or appear outside Angie's door. Each movement, seemingly innocuous, carried an undercurrent of dread that unsettled the girls. Lou, their close friend, harbored a deep-seated fear of Annabelle, convinced that the doll had something sinister to it. He urged Donna and Angie to consider the possibility that Annabelle was not as benign as it seemed, and that perhaps an unseen force was dictating her movements. However, Donna and Angie dismissed Lou's concerns, attributing Annabelle's movements to just mere coincidences or their own forgetfulness. As days turned into weeks, the atmosphere in their home grew tense, with the doll's presence loomed over them like a specter. Strange occurrences plagued their nights, whispers in empty rooms, the sensation of being watched, and inexplicable cold spots. One fateful night, the facade of innocence shattered. Lou, visiting Donna and Angie, awoke to find Annabelle at the foot of his bed, with a sinister grin on her once placid expression. Frozen in terror, he felt an oppressive presence, as if something malevolent had awakened within the doll. Lou was trying to convince Donna and Angie to get rid of Annabelle, but the girls were blinded by their disbelief in the supernatural and ended up disregarding any of his warnings. The horror reached its peak when Lou suffered a series of accidents, each more sinister than the last. Bruises appeared on his body overnight, objects moving on their own, and a sense of impending doom hung heavy in the air. The girls who owned Annabelle began to discover strange notes scattered throughout their home. What made those notes truly unsettling was not just their content, pleas for help scrawled in a desperate hand, but the material they were written on, parchment paper, a material foreign to both girls. Despite their confusion, the messages grew even more urgent with phrases like "help Lou" and "help us." As if eerie notes weren't enough, the situation took a chilling turn when Donna returned home from work to find Annabelle sitting on her bed, which was already unusual enough because Annabelle normally resided in a different location. But what truly terrified Donna was the sight that greeted her: Annabelle with blood staining her tiny hands. As the first medium settled into the chair surrounded by the eerie presence of Annabelle, a shiver ran down Donna and Angie's spine. The medium began to unravel a chilling narrative. She spoke of the land beneath the apartment complex, a once tranquil land that hid a dark secret. Decades ago, a young girl no older than 7 had met a tragic end on that very spot. Alone and forgotten, her spirit lingered, tethered to the earth by unfulfilled desires. When Annabelle entered their lives, her form unknowingly became a vessel for the tormented soul. The spirit of the girl drawn to the doll's comforting presence merged with it, creating Annabelle the doll. Donna and Angie's hearts ached for the young girl who had met a tragic end, and they saw the doll as a companion for her lost spirit. They didn't realize that they were making a mistake. They realized too late that their act of kindness invited a darkness they could not comprehend. The Warrens, renowned paranormal investigators, intervened, recognizing the malevolent spirit lurking within the doll. Ed Warren, sensing danger on their way home, doused the doll in holy water. A priest summoned by the desperate pleas of Donna stood as the threshold of a chilling revelation alongside with the Warrens. Annabelle turned out to be a vessel harboring a demon who was after Donna's soul. The Warrens, seasoned in a battle against supernatural forces, recognized the sinister truth. Demons do not confine themselves to inanimate objects, they seek to possess the living. With somber determination, the priest embarked on an exorcism, seeking to banish the malevolent presence that clung to Annabelle like a shadow of dread. Yet the forces they battled were not easily subdued. Their wrath manifested in a series of harrowing events. As the Warrens and the priest departed, a foreboding settled over them, a fear that Annabelle's influence extended beyond the apartment's confines. They chose the treacherous back roads, hoping to evade the doll's grasp. Their fears were not unfounded. On the way back, mechanical failures plagued their vehicle, and only the sanctity of holy water offered a fleeting solution. Ed Warren placed Annabelle on his desk. Later, he witnessed Annabelle levitating above it. Moreover, Annabelle's presence manifested in different rooms, defying all attempts at containment. Desperate, the Warrens called the priest again, but the priest taunted the doll with misplaced bravado, and that was a fatal mistake. On his journey home, the priest found himself at the mercy of a malevolent force unleashed. His car brakes failed, the car overturned, and the priest's life hung in a balance. Though he survived, the scars of Annabelle's wrath were etched into the fabric of his being. The real-life horrors of Annabelle bore little resemblance to the Hollywood version. No gruesome murders, just the quiet terror of a doll possessed by a darkness that defies explanation. Annabelle is more than just a fabricated tale for entertainment. It's a beacon signaling the existence of malevolent entities that prey on the unsuspecting. To the Warrens, the distinction between belief in God and acknowledging the devil was clear-cut. Where one existed, so did the other. Lorraine Warren emphasized the importance of not opening the doors that should remain sealed. Her words served as a chilling reminder that the line between reality and the unseen was thin, and even the slightest curiosity could invite forces beyond comprehension. The flickering lights cast dancing shadows on the walls, adding the eerie ambience to the solemn discussion. In that moment, the room seemed to hold its breath as if acknowledging the gravity of the story shared. Ghosts, devils, and demons that lurk just beyond the edge of perception.